Hello, my name is Karen Hughes. Today I'm going to give you an introduction to Cloud Cost Control, a new solution offering part of the BMC TrueSight Capacity Optimization suite. The agenda for today includes describing what it is, describing and highlighting what it does, understanding what challenges and pains it'll solve for customers, and finally we're going to actually take a look at the solution itself. So what is CCC, or Cloud Cost Control? In its simplest form, TrueSight Cloud Cost Control is a cost management solution that analyzes current and future costs and utilization of multi-cloud infrastructure services, providing insight and control over capital and operating expenditures. Within a single view of on-premise and public cloud infrastructure expenditures, you can track and analyze infrastructure costs and utilizations, identifying overspending as well as forecasting future costs. The ability to simulate migrations to public cloud and compare on-premises and various public cloud service costs allows applications to run on the most cost-efficient infrastructure. Custom reporting based on business needs keeps IT and business stakeholders informed and in control of their budgets. The top 3 benefits of the solution include reducing costs, because you have visibility into infrastructure services expenditures and utilization, controlling budgets by being able to forecast, and optimizing your cloud infrastructure with service utilizations, simulating migrations, and resource optimization. So let's take a look at some of the capabilities of the solution. Well, for one, it allows you to visualize, analyze, and forecast cloud infrastructure service costs. Simulate migrations of workloads to the public cloud from on-prem. Report cloud costs based on stakeholders and business needs. It's built upon our best-of-breed TrueSight Capacity Optimization platform, which also makes it very easy to install and configure. So we take a look at from an infrastructure or an architect perspective, you'll understand that we're leveraging the same connectors that the TrueSight Capacity Optimization solution can, and we're pulling in data from today Amazon AWS and Microsoft Azure. In the next 6 to 8 months, we'll also support IBM SoftLayer and Google Compute. That data then gets stored into the TrueSight Capacity Optimization Capacity database. Once it's there, our engines there can understand trends, seasonality, and do the forecasting necessary. Finally, we're then able to take that data and put it into our cost engine in Cloud Cost Control. This enables us to consume the data from the capacity database, already understand your seasonality, your trends, your forecasting, so you don't have to repeat or do any of that. And more importantly, we're now able to do forecasting and simulation and estimations on cost and behavior based on your costing or contract costs that are enabled with your provider. Once we have that, then we're able to perform a number of different use cases or value cases. These top 5 in the black boxes are the ones that are going to be available in our first release. This includes simulating what-if migrations from on-prem to public cloud, forecasting the cost of multi-source usage, getting visibility into your multi-source cloud, being able to understand and customize the cost components, and being able to detail costing by your applications and business services. So what kind of challenges do our customers have? Why would they even want this solution? Well, for one, cost and cloud are the number 1 topics that CIOs are talking about today. And in fact, 90% of enterprises are using some form of multiple cloud services. What makes this even more interesting is that in a recent survey done by IDG, 40% of the respondents said that they've moved applications migrated to the cloud back to on-prem. One of the top reasons was cost. So let's take a look at the solution and see what it has to offer. The first page we're going to look at is the summary page of Cloud Cost Control. This is going to detail an overview of your cost information, your monthly cost by provider, meaning we aggregate a view of all your different public cloud providers. So you can see the breakdown by AWS and Azure, as well as your on-prem costs. Then we're able to project a yearly cost by each of the provider so you can understand what is forecasted based on your trends. In addition, you can start looking at your breakdown by your monthly costs down by the bottom, as well as forecast that as well. Now we're going to be looking at by cloud services. So there's a number of different types of cloud services that AWS and Azure look at and define. So we map to them. So we're able to give you better insight into what the cost is of those different cloud services. So what this slide is depicting is a list of services that the customer is using, along with this consolidated spend for that service. If you wanted to click on one of those business services, then the top right-hand slide will appear, and you can then see more detail about that business service, including clicking on the Resource tab to get details of how that service is being used. Now we're looking at the Cloud Cost Control by Business Service view, and this view is really important for the business owners of the applications. So here we're looking at the billing application, and we're able to see the breakdown in cost for that billing service. In addition, you can identify and discover top used resources by a business service, or even underutilized ones that you might be paying more for in the cloud than on-prem and might want to reclaim them, bring them back on-prem. So you're basically going to be able to see an overall efficiency of the business services and give you potential for optimizing your environment. So in this screen, we're going to actually talk about how you can migrate a business service to the cloud. Now the solution gives you the ability to either migrate complete business services or individual infrastructure. But in this screen, we're really just focusing on how you would migrate a full business service to the cloud. So what you're doing here is you're looking at if you were to take an on-prem business service built on a number of different types of infrastructure and attempted to move it from on-prem to either AWS or Azure, you'll actually see a breakdown of how much it would cost to run that business service in the cloud. There are some situations where you'd actually find it might be cheaper to keep it on-prem, but you also can see a comparison between AWS and Azure. So when we're making the simulation, we make a recommendation on the type and size of the public cloud service based on the on-prem size and historical trends and utilization. In addition, this allows you to help optimize the recommendations for what instance sizes you need in the cloud and comparing the workload for those different instance sizes. So you quickly can identify projected costs for running in that target cloud environment and have the ability to grab all that information and export it to PDFs. It's also important to understand that this functionality of exporting isn't just on this screen. You can export data on any of the other screens as well. This concludes the introduction to TrueSight Capacity Optimization Cloud Cost Control. I want to thank you for your time and appreciate you spending the last 10 minutes understanding a little bit more about this new solution and look forward to talking to you more about it in the future. Thanks and have a great day.